I like this beat. Hey. I know I look like, where do I look? I know I look like a hermit, and I feel a little bit like a hermit, but I've got this get up going on for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, it is cold in my studio, and hold on. I'm not being sponsored by them, so I don't see why they should feature in the video. So it's cold in the studio. Hang on a second. And I just feel like I want to be warm and cozy. So, whoops. She says. Hang on. That'll do. Yeah, I feel like I need to be cozy and like snuggled up. Because I've had my day went from being to being kind of shitty, and I'm feeling quite low. And I had the urge to draw as a way to kind of leave one universe and enter another. And two, it is cold in my studio. The heater isn't that great, and I need to be warm in order for me not to catch pneumonia. But welcome to my studio. You are watching me in London. That's where I am based. This is where I am. I'm in North London, to be more specific. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, you've had a better day than I am. So it's the first time I'm streaming live on Twitch, and just giving it a go. I have found some royalty-free music. I looked for a royalty-free playlist on YouTube, and that's what you can hear at the back. So I'm hoping it's going to be royalty-free, because I'd like to share this video in different spots. So let me get set up here and show you what I'm working with and what I like to do. Hold on, let's turn this camera around. So I got a little makeshift area here. I like to work on paper, and I really enjoy pre-treating the paper with just some like mad colors, some splashes, some splodges, some texture. I've got some drawing ink here which is dried up, and it's nice and hard. You can see that there. There's a lot of texture in there. And the rest of this is made up of gouache, drawing ink, and I believe a little bit of watercolor. So yeah, I do this. This is what I like to do. I don't think about it too much. There's no rhyme or reason. This is what I do, and then I come back when it's dry, and I've got all of these stored up to work on. And when it's dry, I then do an illustration on top, and I find it gives it there's a nice end result to that. Sort of the colors come through, and you end up with an image that's a little bit different and a little bit special. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be using my technical pencil. I'm also going to be using my favorite woodless pencils, Progresso. These are Boom Diggity pencils for realsies. And I've got a really small setup on here, so I've got to put you back into the holder, and you're going to be watching me upside down for a little bit. I'll try and move the lighting source around, but as you can see, look, it's a really small setup. You know what I mean? I didn't want to let my setup stop me today from streaming, so this is what I'm doing. I also can't see the comments. So whoever you are, if you're commenting, hi. I can't see the comments. I've turned the comments off. Well, I've not turned them off. You can still make a comment, but I can't read them because I'm using my camera, and I'm going to be turning my camera around and putting it behind my illustration. So I won't be able to read anything for a little bit. So after I start drawing, maybe about 15-20 minutes after I start drawing, I'll check the comments and say hi. And also thanks for watching the replay if you're a replay watcher. Okay, so let me get set up here. Oh, before I start, I just thought that these colors, I'm using this splodgy splodgy page, and I felt like well, when I was looking through Google Images for something to draw, I like to draw wildlife, and I was looking through Google Images. Let me turn the camera around. Oh no, you don't want to see me. There you go. I was looking through Google Images, and I just tapped in animals because it's like they're my favorite things to draw, and the cassowary came up, and I thought, not something I've ever tackled before. I've never drawn a cassowary. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I thought, hey, I'm up for the challenge. Also, I think it works really well with this background. I think the colors are mirrored. Wait, hold on. You can just about see that. I think the colors of the cassowary and that will work really, really well. So we're gonna give that a go. I found a reference photo that I like, or a couple of reference photos, and I'm gonna approach that. My only dilemma is, like, this is an A5 sheet of paper. This is the if you're an art nerd, this is the C White of Bristol heavyweight paper, if you're a nerd. And my only dilemma is, the last time I did a live stream, I did it on YouTube, and it was about 2 years ago, and I was working on an A5 sheet of paper this size, and I was drawing for 3 hours. I was enjoying it. I was drawing and drinking rum. I was enjoying it, but I was drawing for 3 hours, which I don't mind doing. But if I halve the paper, if I cut the paper in half, I can do a smaller drawing and take half the time. And I am debating as to whether or not to do a smaller drawing. I just like the way all these splashes go right across the page, and so I'm tempted to do this cassowary big, but I would like to do a couple of drawings today. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna halve this paper up, and then I'll do a small cassowary here, and then I'll see whether or not I've got time to work on this side of the paper. Sitting on this hardback chair that I'm on is not comfortable for a long period of time, so I'm going to see what I can get done today, and I'll be back another day to finish this off. I kind of want to give you an example of how this turns out, but I don't know where my little illustration is. But anyway, let me do my final setup, and we'll get going. I've got to put you in the holder. So I might put my thumb over the camera, and if I do, I apologize. But I gotta strategically place you here for the moment. And I'm only gonna be doing a linear sketch, sketching out the cassowary in the beginning, so there's not going to be much for you to see, but hopefully I'll go around the other side and make sure that you've got me. I also think I might put a bit of tape underneath this to stop it from falling down. So I'm almost ready to go. Hello pencils. make sure you can see what's going on. That's okay, right? It should be all right for the moment. That feels about right. You know, I think I am gonna halve this paper in half just to see how it goes. All right. I need a little bit of tape. So wherever you are in the world, are you having a good evening? Is it evening where you are? What you've been up to today? Are you a bit of an art nerd? Do you do art for work? Oh, I really thought my tape was in here. Or do you do art for fun? Do you have your own Twitch channel? Leave it in the comments. Just getting a little bit of tape to stick this down, and then I'm gonna get started. I think we're good, right? Oh, and I need a ruler. Cut the paper in half. And now I really am torn as to whether or not to halve that paper up in half, because I know I really like the whole design, and I think it would be quite effective. If I did a big picture, but I'm just like, you know, let me just have it up. Okay, I'm also going to be using a putty rubber. I don't know if I said that. So I'm going to gently halve this paper up. Oh, it's super tiny. Think about there. It's not deadly half. You never know how these things are going to turn out, which is the fun. It's half the fun. They're a bit daunting because every time I get something wrong on the paper and I use my putty rubber, I run the risk of that wasn't meant to happen. I run the risk of messing with the fibers of the paper. It's okay. I'm not mad about the tear in the middle. I'm not mad about it. Let's see if we can do this a little bit. Usually I'm pretty good at this. Go slow. There we go. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Okay. That did not go as planned, but it's okay. Let's yank this bit off. I'm gonna use this side. Leave that one for another day. Okay. And one of the problems I have with using a Staedtler pencil is they always tend to just like malfunction. Like you get a good 6 to 8 months with these pencils, and then all of a sudden the lead doesn't want to play ball. Like the lead will just, like it's there, but there's something inside the mechanism of the pencil that just stops the lead from coming all the way out and remaining stable. And then I end up going through like, look at all that lead, look at all that lead. Not going to use that now. Not going to waste it, but not going to use it. I have to put a fresh lead in. And see how it goes. But I'm not even sure why that happens. It is so reliable. Like these I know I'm not pronouncing Staedtler right, but this is how I pronounce Staedtler. These mechanical pencils are amazing, but it's so reliable. They're so reliable for malfunctioning that I'm tempted to do a YouTube video about it. I'm tempted to like go deeper on the problem and find out like if other people report the same problem and what the actual issue is on the inside of the pencil. Or it could just be me. It could just be me messing up, you know what I mean? I'm known to fuck up. It could just be me, but I don't think so. So, I've got a small area to work in. Let's do the most damage. Try and find. There we go. Oops. Let me get a mirror. Put it here so I can see what you're seeing. Ah, look at that. I just had a bright idea. Look at me, look at me. I just had a really good idea. I've got this little mirror and I thought, oh, I hope that isn't shining too hard on you. I've got this little mirror and I thought I could use the mirror to check to see if there's any comments. That's cool. And also whether or not you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, oh, that's pretty good. Oh, the light's pretty good. Okay, you got a good view. Still upside down, I know. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make my cassowary about this big. So the cassowary on Netflix, there is it Netflix? On Netflix there is a really good animated show called Oh, I'm blanking on it. Beast? Something Beast? It's basically this guy from New Zealand, and he saves animals all over the world. He's got a team of 2 people. I cannot remember what it's called. It's really good. And they do an episode about the cassowary, and I learned that the cassowary is one of the most dangerous birds in the world because of them feet. And quite a few people die each year from like a cassowary attack. I don't know where one would need to be in order to be getting that close to a cassowary, to be honest with you. But that's what they say. Okay. Let's keep it easy. I wonder if I can make this image big. So I know you're just seeing I think you're just seeing arm at the moment. I am trying to make the what am I trying to do? Oh, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the screen on my computer bigger. And I'm having a slight brain fart, so I can make the image bigger so it takes up the whole space. And it just won't let me do it. I'm not sure why. You know, like when you can make the screen on your laptop bigger? I'm having a brain fart. Now what I think it is, there's too much going on, so my brain is like, we don't know what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do? So now I might have to just work with it like that. Just trying to make the screen bigger, man, so I can see the picture. The brain is fine. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. Drawing will happen soon. I thought I was almost ready to go. Really did. I really thought I was almost ready to go. I was like, don't start this stream, Shan, and have people waiting on you to get set up. Get set up, right? Get set up and then do the stream. And I was like, yeah, we're set. And then all these other problems came up. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay. Found it. I found a little bit to make my screen bigger. Okay, so. Okay. Oh, it didn't work. I gotta use a different image. The one I want is just not. Oh, here we go. We'll go with this one. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll keep it small. If you're interested in knowing what this playlist is, if you are a streamer and you've been looking for a really long playlist, you can find this on YouTube, and it's called, this playlist is called, the channel is called The Relaxed Movement. And the person actually says here, yes, all tracks are free to use for your Twitch streams, and it's an entire playlist. And I think this is I want to say it's a 12-hour playlist. Yeah, it's 12 hours. This one's called Lo-Fi Chilled. Oh, can't speak. Lo-fi chilled beats, 12 hours of DMCA, and the channel is called, what did I say the channel was called? The Relaxed Movement. Alright, so I'm gonna raise the music up a bit and be quiet for a little bit while I try and lay down some lines to get my cassowary sketch going. There's so many nice shapes on this bird. There's so many nice roundy shapes, but I'm finding that I'm getting lost in all the shapes that I like, and I can't quite figure out what my pencil wants to do and what my eyes are actually seeing. So it might look like a little bit of nothing to you at the moment, and it's because I'm making really faint lines. I don't want to commit to anything too early before I've gotten some good structure on this bird, but I can tell that the neckline here, which you, I don't know, let me see if you can see that yet. Well, probably just about can see it. This neckline is too big for the head. Let me see, I'll take you out, and now I'm risking. Also, I might have to plug in my phone to make sure. Hold on. Oops, take you out so you can see what I'm saying. You can see what I'm saying. So, see here? I've laid down my first lines, and the head is way too small for the neckline. I have to plug in my charger before the battery dies. Okay, bear with me, bear with me. Hold on, it's gonna go black for a minute. Okay, we have power. Okay, we have power. Okay, we have power. So yeah, the head of the cassowary is way too small in comparison to the neckline. So I'm gonna redo some of these lines. I'm gonna try and lengthen this out a little bit. It can take me a little while before I can actually, before something clicks and I'm like, yeah, I got this. So I haven't quite got there yet. I'm not quite drawing what I see yet. These lines are still what I think I should be doing as opposed to what I'm actually seeing. It's all good. I'll get there in the end. I'm in no rush. That's feeling better. Trying to reposition you a little bit. Oh, this song reminds me of Usher, Confessions. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hopefully, every time I come on here and live, my setup will get a little bit better. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you a better view. There you go. It's better, right? Because you can actually see it. I'll shift over this way. Whoops. Okay. We good, we good. It's not quite right about. Oh, they're not quite right about this bit here. There's like there's a distance between that. Might need a I think the problem I was having was this bit here where the beak is. I wasn't making it long enough. I was cutting it short here, and it comes on the cassowary. It comes right the way down here. And then, did you know that the cassowary has this kind of weird, really strange ear? Like, that's too far from where the eye is, but it's got this kind of weird, I think that's an air hole, which is really strange. It's almost as big as the eye. Oh, distance, right? It sweeps around. And goes up into the beak. This kind of weird way. I've been meaning to get an arm, a camera arm, and I haven't. Other things have taken priority, and I've quite honestly forgotten the fact that I wanted one. What I wouldn't do for a camera arm right about now is I could give you an overhead shot, and then I wouldn't have to be squished up on this little table. But that being said, I'm not feeling as blue as I was earlier, so that's good. So it's got a sharp hump. So when I'm doing studies, if there's an animal that I want to draw, I will draw the animal, I don't know, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times over. And I draw the subject over and over and over again until I start to understand where all the lines need to be on the animal's body, in order, all the lines where they need to be that actually make up the illusion of the animals. I say illusion because I'm thinking about tigers. So some years ago, I was doing a daily drawing challenge, and I was drawing one of my favorite subjects, which is a tiger, and I had a picture of a tiger called Lily, who lived in London Zoo. And Lily, I don't like to think of Lily in the past tense, but I know Lily isn't there anymore, but I don't talk about Lily in the past tense. It's hard. She's such a beautiful tiger. So I'm going to talk about her in the present tense, but realistically, Lily isn't in that zoo anymore, and she wouldn't necessarily be alive. But to me, Lily's alive and thriving well, but a beautiful tiger. And she's the kind of tiger in the zoo that would hold for pictures so majestically. Anyway, so I got this picture of Lily that I took, I'm saying years ago, but probably back in, I'm thinking like 98, 99. And I had to draw her a good 10, 12 times before I understood where I was going wrong. And where I was going wrong was I wasn't understanding the placement of the tiger streaks, the black lines in her fur. And it wasn't until I decided to draw Lily over and over and over again until I understood that even though every tiger has its own unique pattern. The stripes need to be placed on the body in a very strict placement. Am I saying this right? The stripes need to be placed in exactly the right place on a tiger's face, and that's how you are able to identify it as a tiger. If you get one streak out of place, it messes up the face of a tiger when you're drawing one. But I only realized that through multiple studies of Lily. Like the stripes on her face is what made up her face, is what gave her face dimension. And those are the kind of things that you just don't know unless you're prepared to really study your subject. And so I really enjoy drawing something over and over and over and over and over again until I understand it. I think it's the discoverer in me. I like to know how things are put together. I was talking about this the other day, actually. How like I'm someone who will take something apart in order to learn how it's put together. It's an engineer that lives deep in me. So I'm starting to see this shape. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to get this perfect, but I need the lines to be perfect to a certain degree so that I can actually start committing and putting some detail in this. I'm gonna make... No, it's alright. Oops. Not quite sure about this bit yet. Hesitating on this bit. I think I'm having a problem seeing it on my reference image, where all the lines in the beak should go. So I'm struggling here a little bit. Because my hand really wants to just start shading. It just wants to go, and I'm having to really resist the urge to just go off on this. Yeah, need a better reference photo. messing up the flow. I try not to use the rubber too much. That's how I was trained. Not to. I need a brush actually. I should have a brush to remove all my rubbings. I know that line isn't right. It's too curved. My reference photo is letting me down. Well, it's not that it's letting me down, but where I've got you positioned, there's too much of a glare and I'm unable to really get up close to it. Normally when I'm drawing, I find an image on my phone and I'll do it that way, but when I'm on the laptop, it's a little bit more difficult. Let's have a look at this. Whoa! Let's have a look at this chat. I actually don't know how to open this chat. Hold on. How does one do this? It says chat. Oh. My battery is at 3%. And I think I should sign off, charge up my battery, and come back and tackle this cassowary. So this is part 1 in the drawing of the cassowary, and I will see you at some point for part 2. Bye for now.